Who had a better season, Arsenal or Spurs?
We did, of course. We did.
Robbie, I don't want to answer that question.
Nah, come on. You know what? Come on. There's no point in dipping for this.
I can't even spell, meanwhile.
No point in dipping on this one. Come on, let's just say pass.
Neither.
Spurs fans win the Europa League, they'll say they've had a more successful season than us.
That's if we don't win
If
the
Chelsea
Champions League.
win...
What if we win it?
If Chelsea win the Conference League and we don't win the Champions League, they'll say they've had a more successful season than us. But I'm sorry, I'm not buying that.
We did.
Robbie, I don't want to answer that question.
We did. Say?
I don't want to answer the question.
We did. And can I just add on that thing before we get off it? With the Tottenham thing, if we finish that low, people would want Mikel be gone already.
Of course he would.
So I can't understand how they've had a better
Do you give
season.
them credit for what they did?
I could not give a damn. Give them credit for. Did they give us credit for winning the league too? If they gave us credit for winning the league twice a while, then yeah.
More successful season than us. But I'm sorry, I'm not buying that. I'm not having that at all, right? Because, number one, we're not in the Europa League. Because we played too good to get into the Europa League, right?
Yeah.
So we can't win the Europa League.
Exactly.
We're in a competition that to win that is harder.
Absolutely.
Right? So I know people will say, how can you win the Conference League where I've never heard of, no disrespect to that team, but that team that Chelsea are playing, I've never heard of that team in my life. Yeah. Sorry, we're not in that competition.
Exactly.
That competition is below us. You can't say, because we're in the Champions League.
The highest of the highest.
And Spurs and United, we're not in the Europa League.
Yeah,
because we qualified in a higher competition. So if you win that, you haven't had a more successful season.
Of course not.
I think you could own...
in North London, Spurs
are
having their open top bus parade. It should finish soon, actually, starting at 5:30.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. Just hold your hands up. We're bothered. I'm bothered that they've won it. And if I be really honest about it, look, it's a cup competition that we couldn't even enter. All right, you know. So, but I a few of my mates have been on the phone and whatever, like, you know, none of them were worried about 21 defeats when they were celebrating that yesterday. None of them. So, you know, they're in a little bit of a different position to us, but 17 years, you know, let them have their moment. You can only beat what's in front of you. I get in all this that they've played crap teams, they have, but at the end of the day, you can only beat what's in front of you. They've done that. And at the end of it, they've picked up a trophy, and I don't care what anybody says. You know, I think...
Undivided, Scran United. Let me tell you this about them, yeah? 3 man like Morgan, we've beaten you. Them man have been turned over like a mattress, rude boy. You know, like that. And I am here for a final. Us Tottenham fans, we ain't seen a trophy in like 17 years. 17. Babies are born, they get their national insurance card, and they get a job. And I ain't seen no piece of silverware. All of that will change today, bruv. You know what I'm saying? My voice is gone. I need a bro. As long as my name's expressions oozing, we are rolling in to the Spur Bilbao, and we are going to get a result. Forget about Ruben scammer him. Forget about Ruben hammer him. Forget about all of that. Yeah? Let me tell you this, yeah? Ruben hammer him, you're leaving with nothing but your son's trousers, because we...
Why did that happen?
You haven't won it for
Why did that happen?
55 years.
55
years.
All right. Let me...
55 2-0.
All right. Listen, let's get... You know what, I want to get... Right, hold on.
I was Skelly into midfield because I didn't want to lose what Declan Rice does for us in midfield. Not only do we lose Thomas Partey in this game today, by the way, he's got to take a lot of play for it.
1 second. So who would you have played as?
I've told you how many more times I've got to fucking tell you. Skelly in midfield, Declan Rice stays insane.
No, but where's?
I'm saying wherever fucking holding midfielder, Rob.
So Luis Skelly's holding midfield.
Midfielder, Rob.
So Luis Skelly's holding midfielder.
Holding midfielder, yes. Declan Rice doing what he's doing.
When's he ever played there?
That's his position in the league and all that.
When have you seen him play there?
When I've seen him playing, he's played it every fucking week in the youth team, Rob, like every week.
The youth
have you
team?
seen him play fucking left back? When have you seen him play left back until he's fucking done it this season?
Lee.
Don't make excuses. Do not make excuses.
Calm down, right?
Fucking right.
Our manager again disrespecting a female reporter after the game. Our manager sitting in the pre-match press conference waffling about XG. Yeah, how about expected piss-offs, mate? How about that? Oh, first opportunity to drop Declan Rice because he's injured. You dropped him. First opportunity to drop Urian Timber because he's been playing injured as well. You dropped him. Actually crazy, that is. But don't worry, guys. Doesn't matter that Spurs have got to a final and I'm jealous. Doesn't matter Man U got to a final and I'm jealous. Chelsea final, I'm jealous. Palace final.
As I said, the second bottling for me was on the pitch today.
Yep.
They bottled it.
Yep. Your daughter mentioned that young fullback getting a start. They didn't.
Pushing for the deal, scouting the player, weighing up the options, monitoring, discussing. They appreciate the player, edging closer, studying, exploring, flirting, leading the race, targeting, prioritizing, considering, keeping tabs on the player, agreeing personal terms, following. He's a concrete name. Luring, gauging, in love with. How many more buzzwords do these journalists?
Yes, people. Good morning. Welcome to Bayleg Sports Entertainment. I'm not a presenter. Thank you to everyone who's locked in. If you enjoyed the intro, if the intro kept you entertained, please like, comment. Okay, you don't even need to comment. Just like and subscribe because you don't need to comment about the intro on whatsoever. You can comment on what the show is today, the updates that we have today. Liverpool going crazy in a transfer window. I mean, as you can see from the title, guys, transfer window is exploding. It's absolutely going off. We love to see it. This is what we want to see. You know what I mean? Liverpool playing absolute bully ball. Bully ball. First, they ain't selling none of their players. And next of all, they're trying to steal players that teams are trying to sign. They're putting in crazy bids, breaking transfer records twice in one window. Hey, Liverpool, scary. As far as I'm concerned, they got the title next season. They got a double next season at this rate. If they pull up Isak and Wirtz in one window, that's a double next season. That's my expectations for Liverpool as an Arsenal fan. But we're going to get into the news today, guys. Not going to keep you guys waiting for too long. Hit the like button for me so this can get out there to more people. If you like it, more people join and view. It's just how it works. It's just how the algorithm works, people. So hit the like button for me. Roll to 1K, subscribe, and let's get into it. Let's get into it. So as we can see on the screen, people, Liverpool, they were in talks with Napoli, and it looks like Napoli have informed Liverpool that they are not chasing Darwin Núñez anymore. Napoli will sign another striker called Luca, despite Núñez opening the doors to the move. Be considered too high, Núñez still expected to leave this summer with Saudi clubs and more keen. So Núñez is not short of options, guys. But as one goes out, another one comes in. That takes us into the news of the day. As one goes out, another one comes in, people. As we can see, like I mentioned earlier, Liverpool playing bully ball. They're absolutely just being bullies on the field, you know. Look at this stuff right here. This is exclusive from your boy Fabrizio Romano. Goes on to say Liverpool have made club-to-club approach with Newcastle to discuss a record bid for Alexander Isak. Isak If Isak won't be available, Liverpool can enter the race for Ekitike. Decision is up to Newcastle as they never wanted to sell, plus offer Isak a new contract. Guys, if you guys are aware what's going on in the news or in the transfer market, so Newcastle just bidded for Ekitike, guys. Newcastle bidded a £70 million worth of money for Ekitike to Frankfurt, and Frankfurt have rejected that bid. However, it also looks like Newcastle are in the race for Ekitike, which is extremely interesting because you also know what has happened with this twist and turn. Newcastle has said, no, sorry, Liverpool are in the race for Ekitike. And you know what's happened in this twist and turn? Liverpool have said to Newcastle, basically, let's buy Isak off of you for 120 and you man can have Ekitike. But obviously, if you don't want us to take, if you don't want us to take Isak, we're gonna take Ekitike. So Liverpool are playing mind games with Newcastle transfer targets. Newcastle have already signed Elanga. Newcastle already have a solid team, absolutely solid team. Pardon me. Newcastle are scary as far as I'm concerned. Their midfield is a top midfield, is top class. Gyökeres and Tonali just baking off in Newcastle. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But hey, you know, you go where the bag's at, and I hear it, man. I absolutely hear it. So yeah, bully ball from Newcastle over here, man. It's actually going crazy. They're trying to bully Newcastle. We're gonna see how the chips fall on this very soon, because Newcastle have constantly said they are not willing to sell Alexander Isak. However, um, however, what do they call it? What's that? However, I'll just get my head. No, there's a few bits and bobs to report on today. Yeah. As revealed, the proposal is ready for £120 million. Package will only be sent if Newcastle change their stance. Has always been not for sale. This was 9 hours ago, so just early hours of this morning. It's 9:52, so 9 hours ago. Early hours of this morning, we got this update from Fabrizio Romano. We are still waiting for an update as of later today and see if Newcastle are interested in selling Alexander Isak. But as we can tell, they have been not interested in making any sort of conversation for this player. They do not want to sell Isak, and understandable. Now, the fallout from this news of Liverpool looking to bid for Alexander Isak from Newcastle is gone crazy over at the Arsenal fan base. The Arsenal fan base, once again, are absolutely losing their shit. Or should I say some clowns in the Arsenal fan base are absolutely losing their shit. Like, let's be for real. We have people complaining, oh, why didn't we go for Isak? Huh? We could have gone for Isak, 120 mil, and bought, I don't know, Madueke. That is still an That's not good enough. That's not good enough. If you ask me, on the other hand, Isak, Rodrigo, Gyökeres, right? In fact, what it looks like with this Isak, it's like 120 mil. It looks like a Madueke, 50 million, with Gyökeres, 55 million pounds, basically, guys. So, guys, we're paying just over 100 million for Madueke and Gyökeres. We needed players at Arsenal Football Club. We need players, not one player, not one marquee signing. We need players. And if we are going to get a marquee signing, it has to be on top of the players. And what have the Arsenal fan base been asking for? What have we been asking for? Rodrigo. Because as far as I'm concerned, me on a personal note, I believe the Gyökeres deal is done. It's through the door. No, like it's done. It's done. We've been reporting on this for about 6 weeks, guys. 6 blood clot weeks. Man, even turned into troops. I turned into troops TV right there. 6 blood clot weeks, guys. We've been reporting on Gyökeres, and you think to tell me when we have finally seen that the clubs have come to an agreement on the actual price of the player, people are not happy with how much he's going for because now Liverpool are trying to buy Isak for 120 mil. So many people have no brains. So many people are just sheep following the herd. Because I don't understand how you don't think for your own in this scenario. Why would you go and spend 120 million on Alexander Isak when you know as Arsenal Football Club we need players? Even so, yeah, it's like sometimes, yeah, people call me being unreasonable, but let's think about this, guys. How are you reasonable? How is this even reasonable? Why are we complaining? Whoever is complaining, you're taking the piss, bro, or sis. You're absolutely taking the piss. Because first of all, most people will rebuttal to me and come here and tell me, "Oh, Arsenal don't have the money. We're not that club to spend money." Yeah, we don't spend money like Man City or Man United or even at this rate Liverpool. We don't spend money like any of the other top clubs and Chelsea. We're not a spending club when it comes to transfers, nor are we a selling club. So people are expecting a club who has not made any profit, guys. We have not made one single profit on any players over like the last 8 years. Plus, yeah. That is how diabolical we are when it comes to selling players. Newcastle have sold players, if people are forgetting, by the way. They've sold players, so they've made money. On top of making money, they won the league last year. On top of making money from sales and winning the league, they already have money. Do you understand? So when you have a club like Newcastle, a club like Liverpool, who have their finances in order when it comes to paying their players, when it comes to making signings, when it comes to selling their players, they can do it for crazy prices because their players are not on crazy wages. But if you go over to Arsenal, we have guys like Martinelli on nearly 200 grand a week, and they can't even beat the man on the left-hand side. Hey, listen, that's why my club is in the mud, because we don't know how to sell players, bro. The club does not know how to make money, and it's absolutely frustrating because I know exactly why this is happening. When I see the outrage online from certain Arsenal fans, I'm just there like, guys, man, I'm not gonna lie, just do a bit more research. Then you understand why the club is in the state that we are. You understand? We're paying players way too much money. We're not selling players. We can't sell a player to save our life. And people think we can go out there and spend 250 mil on 2 players. It's not possible, bro. You're diabolical if you think that. You are not awake. You are asleep if that is your mindset. Crazy, man. So as we can see, this news was reported by all the major um correspondents out there, football correspondents. If you want to go for David Ornstein, for Victor Romano, blah 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 blah. This is official news, guys. So Isak, Liverpool, Alexander, whole conundrum going on. But we shall see how it goes. 120 mil is looking like the bid. So shout out to Liverpool, man. They're moving like a big, big club. Moving on, moving on. Arsenal are now in the final stages over new contract talks for Ethan Nwaneri and Nwaneri. I always say his name wrong. Ethan Nwaneri. Major interest from Premier League and abroad, but 18-year-old always prioritized staying at his boyhood club. AFC, come on. That's what I'm talking about. Kiss the badge, my guy. Mwah. Come on. Young prodigy. You got a young listen, you know what sort of a bad man this is? You know what sort of a bad man this player is? So we're gonna dissect this Ethan Nwaneri. Yo. You know what I mean, people? What? I'm excited, man. We got our young boy. Pause. We got that young baller in the team. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going nowhere. Now, apparently, guys, if you're listening to what's his name? Fabrizio Romano, Fabrizio reported that Nwaneri and his camp were looking to include game time assurances in the contract negotiations. However, it has come out. Oh, alarm. It's crazy. However, it has come out, as we can see, that no game time demands were included during a discussion for an extension of Ethan Nwaneri's contract, set for a more central role. Big boost for AFC. Now, I do have a full bone to pick with this deal. Obviously, we don't know if this is correct. We don't know how official this is, right? Because we're just receiving reports that yeah, it's at the final stages, everything is going good, and he's not going anywhere. Ethan is staying. But Arsenal have once again, they have done it again. They have absolutely done it again. Do you know what they've done, guys? I'll tell you what they've done. Arsenal gave Ethan Nwaneri a 4-year contract. Four years, bro. 4 years, bro. Are you taking the piss? Are you taking... This is what I don't like. This is... And I'm telling you, yeah, when I see other clubs doing other things out there, and then when it comes to my club and we can't even sign our own prodigy for more than 4 years, I start to lose my shit. But people tell me to calm down. But then when you go over to Chelsea, you have people signing 50-year contracts. Huh? You have young players at Chelsea that stay there for 10 years, 10-year contracts, 9-year contracts. 50-year contracts is obviously a bit over exaggerated, guys. So calm down. Yeah, that's not real. But the point I'm trying to make here is, you go to Chelsea, when they sign players, it's either signed for 6 years to 9 years. That's what Chelsea do. When Man United sign players, they sign players for 5 to 6 years. When City sign a player, they sign a player for whatever. It doesn't really matter because City can pay them. Same thing with Liverpool. They can pay them, or they can assure them some sort of guarantees. God knows what it is when it comes to negotiation, right? Because we don't know what it is. But it seems like when it comes to contracts, Arsenal consistently just keep getting shafted every year. Why can't we sign our best players to long-term contracts, bro? Bro, we're gonna have to come and renegotiate with this guy in 2 years. In 2 years. In 2 years. But when the brother's 19, bro, in 2 years, we're going to have to come back and renegotiate with Ethan, guys. Remember, I've said this. Remember, I've said this. And do you know what's gonna happen? He's probably gonna get paid a nice amount. I'm probably just gonna run down his contract because he could do a Trent thing. He could be like Alexander Trent. He could just be like, yo, I grew up at Arsenal. I've literally spent my whole life here. I'm ready for a new challenge. And bow, he's off to Real Madrid. He's off to Bayern Munich. Bro, 4 years. What's a 4-year contract update, bro? What is a 4-year contract update? It's absolutely ridiculous. Who are doing the contracts at Arsenal? I honestly, I swear down, I can't take it because it's absolutely jarring, bro. This is mind-boggling. How do people get away with this? Arsenal Football Club can't sign their best prospects or their best players to more than 4 or 5 years. Just give it a break, man. Give it a break. On it, bro. Nah, man. No one can tell me to calm down. I'm telling you. No one can tell me to calm down. Because this is ridiculous. This is absolutely diabolical. 4 years, bro. That's what I saw. That's the report I saw. Ethan Nwaneri has signed a 4-year contract at Arsenal, or 4-year extension. Bro, nah, man. That needs to be a 6-year extension at the minimum, bro. Why are we gonna come back in 2 years to come and renegotiate? We don't see Chelsea doing that, huh? We don't see Chelsea doing that. But it's Arsenal Football Club that be doing renegotiations every 2 years. Every 2 years, someone needs to have a new conversation, bro. It pisses me off. Absolutely pisses me off. But yeah, man, Ethan looks like he is signing a new contract, guys. So do not worry. I'm just complaining because this is my personal opinion. You get what I'm saying? This is my personal opinion, and I kind of think people have to hear this. I don't think it's right, and I don't think it's okay that other clubs can sign Caicedo for 9 years, Enzo for 9 years, Cole Palmer for 10 years, this and that for 10 years, but we can't even do a 6-year contract for Ethan Nwaneri, bro. And then he's gonna come and demand crazy wages in 2 years, and then we're not gonna be able to sell him because they're gonna say he's too expensive. The package deal is too much. Hey man, the cycle of this club is frustrating. I'm telling you, the only thing that can save these guys is if we win a double next season. Bro, the only thing that can save the Cronkies is if we win a trophy. In fact, if we win the Premier League, the Champions League, and the FA Cup multiple times in the next 5 years. Multiple times, guys. When I say multiple times, I mean, yeah, we win the FA Cup and the Prem, do a double one season. The next season, we just win the Champions League. The next season, we just win the Prem. Next season, we just win the FA Cup. Next season, we do another double. Something like that. That's the only way I'm forgiving these guys, bro. Because if that's not happening at my club, we're still not where we're meant to be, bro. We're still not where we're meant to be. Arsene Wenger come in and won a double in the first 2 years of his contract. And you think me asking for a double is too much? Bro, don't piss me off, man. Don't piss me off, man. I need a double, yeah? I need something to brag about, bruv. I can't be bragging about second every year, talking about, yeah, we'll get there soon. Nah, bro. I'm tired. I am tired. Yeah? Jarring, bruv. Jarring. 4-year contract, you know. Ridiculous, bruv. Right. I also wanted to touch on this earlier. It's kind of a point I made earlier. There's a few things going on with Liverpool, man. When I tell you these men are doing bully ball, they're doing absolute bully ball. Look, so Liverpool rejected Bayern's 67.5 million euro bid for Luis Diaz. They want around about 100 million euros for Luis Diaz, guys. So it looks like it ain't happening, or it is not happening. LFC is clear to keep, despite Diaz being open to the move to Bayern. Now, Diaz has already expressed his interest to want to move away from Liverpool Football Club. But it looks like Liverpool Football Club are holding Diaz down. Ha, man said they're holding Diaz. Pause. They're holding the player down. Diaz will only be sold for a significant profit, and if Liverpool can find a replacement. So, bro, they're not gonna sell him. They're not gonna sell him. 100 mil is what they've asked for. They're not gonna sell him. Absolute bully ball. We love to see it. Now, Chelsea held fresh talks with Gerald Hato with Liverpool. Chelsea again, bro. You know how many times I heard Arsenal were interested in Gerald Hato, but Chelsea are just in there, just poking in their hands every single time. Ajax are quoting 60 million, but suitors are hoping for a deal, pardon me, closer to 40 million. Hato does not have a release clause. These guys over at Ajax are trying to sign are trying to sell Hato for 60 mil. Diabolical. Diabolical. They're trying to shaft people, bro. That's shafting right there, fam. That's absolutely mental. If anyone goes for Hato for 60 million, you have lost your mind. You have lost your mind. That's your club, though, not mine. Now, just gonna keep you guys updated as we do every day on the Gyökeres news and the Gyökeres transfer. Arsenal are expected to pay an initial fee of 63.5 million for Viktor Gyökeres and a further 10 million in add-ons. Sporting no longer have to pay 10% agent commission, which is required in the original 70 plus 10 asking price. The removal of this has allowed Arsenal to pay a lower fixed fee while Sporting receive the same funds due to having to deduct now with commission. Just bear with me, guys. I got someone at my door. 2 secs.
On there. On there.
So it's gonna be a
Well,
issue.
that will spray 2.75 meters. So hello there. 1 meter. Yeah, it's just about it. Not that they're going to do anything. Right, nearly done. Any big storage cupboards? Utility cupboards?
That one, yeah.
This one?
No, the one with the.
Oh, there.
Yeah. But it's something wrong with it.
Lovely day. Well, what let's see.
Ow. Sorry, people. Man had an inspector come in to do a fire sprinkler examination. Did that like this is so random. Midstream. No one even told me about this. I didn't get a letter. I didn't get nothing. I didn't get not a single thing. I'm just turning up at my door randomly. God damn. Yes, sorry about that, people. If you've been locked in, if you have stayed locked in, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for me. Roll to 1K subs, guys. We shall get there sooner or later. That is the target, and we will get there. So thank you to everyone who has stayed locked in. Watch-alongs will be coming soon as pre-season starts in just under 10 days. So I will be doing Arsenal watch-alongs from the pre-season and onwards. So yes, man, stay locked in with me, people. But as I was saying before we had left, I wanted to speak on the Gyökeres information. The removal of this allowed Arsenal to pay for a lower fixed fee, while Sporting want to receive the same funds due to not having to deduct it now, with commission and add-ons being finalized. So the Sporting and Arsenal Gyökeres deal is still going off, people. It's still going off. Where is it? That's in my post. Okay. So I wanted to show you guys. Right. I wanted to adjust this, guys. This is something I wanted to address moving forward. So as we can see here from this little tweet, it says another one bites the dust. So to Arsenal Football Club at the current moment, we have Kepa for 5 million. Hato, I don't know why this is there, so just ignore some of these guys when they put random stuff like this on. Pisses me off. Mosquera has already been completed. Zubamendi completed. Norgard completed. Eze we're still waiting for. Madueke completed. Gyökeres is also in there. And we're waiting for Gyökeres to be completed. What's missing is Rodrigo, so that's not good enough. Nine players is what I request that we sign this window. And Rodrigo is not in this list. But the point I'm trying to make here is, as we can see, we have now spent a total of 130.5 million with 8 million in add-ons. The point I was also trying to make is, now look at our outgoings. End of contract. Zinchenko, God knows, but God knows how much we're going to sell him for. So we still have to wait. Tavares was actually sold this summer for 7.5 million with a 25% add-on fee, which is crazy. Tierney, end of contract, so he was let go for free. Lokonga, we don't know what is happening with Lokonga, so God knows. He's probably going to be sold for chicken change, another like 2 to 5 million sell over there. Partey, end of contract. Nelson, no one's buying him, bro. No one's buying him. We've been trying to offload Nelson for the last how many years? No one's buying this guy. So stressed. Kiwior, he needs to stay, in my personal opinion. Marquinhos, 2.5 million with a sell-on clause. Very interesting. It's not great. Sterling was not a part of the team. Trossard, he needs to stay in the team, in my opinion. I don't think he needs to be sold. If he's sold, we don't have the effective winger on the left-hand side as we would. Vieira is still with the team. Hopefully, someone does come in and buy him for hopefully 10 million. Tomiyasu and was released. So as a total, guys, we have also only made 10 million this summer. Now, if we deduct that, if we deduct that from the current total that we have spent, that's 120 million spent, guys. 120 million spent with literally next to nothing when it comes to outgoings. And people don't see what I'm talking about. It's your fault if you don't see what I'm talking about, bro. It's your fault. Contract extension, Gabriel Magalhaes. It looks like that has been confirmed, so we thank God. William Saliba, he's probably going to sign for another 4 years, which is not great. Ethan, it's confirmed, 4 years. Miles, I think he got a 5-year contract, 2030. Not great, in my opinion. 5 to 6 years. So, I mean, yeah, man. Need to start doing 5 to 6 year contracts at a minimum. Bukayo Saka, I think he signed no, we're still waiting for Saka to re-sign because he's on 180 racks a week at the moment. Yeah, man. So that's the current team at the moment, and we just continue to fail to do better when it comes to our outgoings. Every year, year in, year out, we just don't know how to sell a player, and it's frustrating when I see other clubs like Chelsea. Like we are literally like Chelsea. We are a feed. Chelsea are a feeder club for us, but for Deadwood players. And that's crazy. That alone is crazy. Anyways, um, da, 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 da. Fabio Vieira could set to be leave for a summer move away from Arsenal, with sources revealing that his agent is actively working on finding a solution amid growing interest across Europe. Bro, who's interested? No one's interested in him, bro. I don't like when no one's interested in Fabio Vieira. Don't listen to reports like that, guys. I'm telling you, bro. Because Fabio Vieira ain't going for no bread whatsoever. As we can confirm as well, Noni Madueke has been signed from your boy Fabrizio Romano. He has it right there. Contract has signed, valid until June 2030. Another 5-year contract. This guy was on a 10-year contract at Chelsea, but comes to Arsenal for a 5-year contract. Why can't we get another 10-year contract out of this guy? Huh? Joke thing. Brentford, Omari Hutchinson and Brentford exclusives. Brentford have 35 million bid rejected for Omari. Didn't meet payment terms needed to activate release clause. The clause has expired. Ipswich hope to keep Omari, but he's keen on joining Brentford. Expected to return. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Man like Omari Hutchinson. This guy. This. If you guys watched my stream the other day, man like Omari Hutchinson used to be an Arsenal player. Arsenal let him go for free, only for Chelsea to sell him a year later for 20 million. We let him go for free, and Chelsea sold him for 20 million 1 year later. Now, his parent club, Ipswich, are trying to sell him for 35 million release clause. Look how much profit is being made off of this Arsenal Academy product, with Arsenal not being able to make a single penny. Ridiculous. Bro, this is embarrassing. We have our players running around the field, running around the Prem, and we don't know how to make money off of them. Absolutely embarrassing, man. But guys, if you are an Arsenal fan, if you are a sports entertainment fan, if you have enjoyed the stream, please hit the like button for us. If I did keep you updated with today's news, definitely hit that like button for me. I aim to be here, keeping everyone updated as soon as possible with relevant information. Yeah. Now this is perfect because this is what I was about to segue into. Let's listen to the rant first before we go into the Nicholas Jackson and Man United links.
I cannot tell you how horrific this deal would be. You know, I don't like sharks, and at the end of Jaws, where he falls down the boat into the mouth and is, you know, if you've seen it, it's horrific. This is more horrific than that. If we sign Nicholas Jackson, we're more done than a porn star doing a 100-to-1 challenge. We are absolutely messed up. We cannot go near this deal. And I don't want to set Rio's alerts and notifications off that, you know, think about his family and friends and don't be doing petitions. I can't do this anymore. I can't do... Well, I can do it, actually. That'll make them think that'll make them sign him. I can do it, actually. If we sign Nicholas Jackson, I am going to call him rubbish and shit from day one. I'm going to call him a flop. I don't want him at the club. We did it with an Arnautovic for different reasons, but I do not want Nicholas Jackson at this club. And I'll tell you why. I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to have an opinion. I think he's shit. I've ripped the piss out of him at Chelsea. Every time he misses, I go, "Who's bad? Chambon!" You know, I cannot.
United are in an absolute meltdown, guys. We love to see it. It looks like United have run out of money, guys. They're now shopping for fringe players. The Mbuemo deal has stalled for about the last 4 weeks, guys. I don't know what's going on with Mbuemo, but that has stalled. United don't have the money. United are in the mud. Thank you for watching, people. Nicholas Jackson to Man United. It looks like it's on. While we're out here going for Gyökeres, United are going for Nicholas Jackson. Chelsea reject. At least it's not us anymore. But to everyone who has been locked in, thank you. Please hit the like button before you leave. Please subscribe for me. I need to get that 1K subs. And I shall be back later today with more updates. Yes, people, that is it. Thank you to everyone who locked in. Peace out.